welcome into the DNVR Rockies Podcast, All-Star Break Edition. I am your host, Suzie Hunter, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about today because the draft is underway. Some people are saying the Rockies have actually done a good job drafting, so we're going to get into those guys that the Rockies have picked up in just a second. And, we're going to talk about the Home Run Derby. We've got some great bets that Ben Cary has given us some advice for. So that'll be fun. And we're going to get into the All-Star Game rosters because we know all of that now. We've got rosters. We've got starters. It's pretty exciting. We're going to talk about some baseball headlines. We're going to hear from Nolan Arenado. Good stuff. And Patrick Lyons is going to call in a little bit. But yeah, let's start with the draft because that is, I feel like draft day is one of the most exciting days to be a Rockies fan because we can see a super bright future. The Rockies picked in the first round at 9th overall, Chase Dollander from Georgia, plays at Tennessee. He's a pretty exciting guy that we drafted. We also drafted a lefty pitcher out of Wake Forest at 46th overall. His name is Sean Sullivan. And then in the competitive balance round, Cole Carrig, a catcher out of San Diego State. A lot of people on Twitter, I will say, a lot of people are saying he's kind of a steal for the Rockies. So that's pretty exciting. Those were the big ones that happened last night. That was the day one activity from the Rockies. Day two, listen, we picked up a lot of dudes. Jack Mahoney, a pitcher out of South Carolina. Isaiah Coupet, we'll find out how to pronounce his name soon enough, I'm sure, out of The Ohio State at 109th overall. So now Ryan Feltner has an Ohio State buddy in the system. Third baseman Kyle Karros out of UCLA. He is the son of Eric Karros, a former Dodger. Listen, Kyle is he's a Dodgers fan. That's on his UCLA bio. He grew up a Dodgers fan. How could you not? I guess if you live in LA and your dad's a Dodger, but still, the drama. We drafted Cade Denton, a pitcher out of Oral Roberts. Another pitcher, Seth Halverson out of Tennessee. Shortstop, Braylon Wimmer. Catcher, Ben McCabe. And pitcher, Jake Kaminska. That is what we've got going on for the Rockies in terms of drafting here in these first 10 rounds of the draft. We are going to talk about some home run derby bets in just a second. But first, we got to talk about our friends at Bet365 because, listen, they are hooking us all up right now. But yeah, Bet365, betting partner of DNVR Sports. We, listen, they've got some good deals. They've got some great live in-game betting, and they offer the widest range of games and markets available for live in-game betting. And a lot of people are on board with this. More than 80 million users worldwide, and they've got live streams. Plus, they're a proud partner of the Colorado Rockies. So we're gonna get into some lines after this in just a second in terms of the home run derby tonight. But you can turn $1 into $200 of bonus bets when you join Bet365. Download the app, deposit $10, and claim your $200 in bonus bets as soon as you place that bet for $1. So download the Bet365 app. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, text 1-800-GAMBLER. But also, keep in mind for the rest of MLB season, with the Bet365 baseball early payout offer, you are a winner if your team goes 5 runs ahead with an instant payout. Parlay and same-game parlay selections will be marked as winners. So download the app, use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Again, must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. And please, guys, gamble responsibly. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, text 1-800-GAMBLER. And listen, game time. We got some games coming up at Coors Field. Can't wait to get the Rockies back in town. It already feels like it's been too long. But you can buy tickets to all of your favorite events, not just sporting events, but concerts, theater, comedy shows. The list goes on. People are always selling tickets for stuff. And that's how you get the best last-minute deals. People are trying to unload tickets. You're trying to get some tickets. You're going to find killer deals on those last-minute seats with their best price guarantee. So you can stop stressing over tickets and start just getting hyped about all the fun you're going to have. So yeah, Game Time, the place for last minute tickets. Forget planning months in advance. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the day of the event. They have exclusive flash deals for football, basketball, baseball, and concerts and comedy and theater and even more. And the Game Time guarantee means you will always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will give you a credit for 110% of what you paid. So, or 110% of the difference. There's a big difference in those two sentences. All right, so you can also get a good view of what your view will be like. You can see images of what your section looks like, the view from that section. You can see that in the app, so you're gonna know exactly what to expect, and you're gonna get your tickets in a matter of seconds, just 2 taps. You have tickets. You're all set. Sent to your phone. You don't have to dig through your email. So you can snag tickets without stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DNVR for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, but you got to start with creating an account at Game Time. Download the app. Use code DNVR. You're getting $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets. Lowest price guaranteed. All right, everyone is hype. The Home Run Derby, like, most people like the Home Run Derby more than the All-Star Game itself. It's fun. We'd love to see guys mash, but I also want these guys to mash directly into my bank account. So we talked to Ben Cary of Capwise. He is breaking down some Home Run Derby bets. Alyssa, are we ready to air that? All right, here is our convo with Ben. Joining the pod now is Ben Cary, a friend of the show, of course, but does incredible work for his company, Capwise. But you're our betting dude. You have the good takes. You've got the hot takes. How are you feeling about this coming Home Run Derby?
I'm feeling good. I like the contestants. I think it's a good mix of like some power guys who have been in it before, players that I like personally. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, let's talk about your strategy going into placing bets for an event like the Home Run Derby.
Yeah, so with this year's Home Run Derby in the last few years, I kind of forget when they changed the format, but it's a bracket format. So my strategy going into it is take a look at the bracket and try to find one player on each side. So one of the 4 on the bottom, one of the 4 on the top, and put a little bit of money on each of those 2. And hopefully, in a perfect world, they both make it to the finals and you're guaranteed some profit. If one of them makes it, that's totally fine. Hopefully that one wins. If none of them make it, well, that sucks. But hey, you still had a fun time watching it, I guess. But I'm feeling good about the ones that I like this year. And the first one is going to be Vlad Guerrero Jr. Vladdy, he's been in it before. He's sitting at around like plus 360, plus 380. He's like the second favorite, it looks like, on the Home Run Derby odds. So that's one guy I like quite a bit. And then the other is going to be Garcia from the Rangers. He's at 650 plus 650. He's on the other side of the bracket. I think Vladdy in particular has a pretty good matchup in his first round against Betts. We were just talking about it off air. Like, Betts isn't really like the Home Run Derby type. But maybe we should get that in a weird way, right? Maybe he just gets enough power just to get the ball over and doesn't think about crushing the ball over the fence. I'm not sure what to expect out of him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, you never know what to expect in any Home Run Derby anyway, but you know, one guy I'm kind of surprised to see is Mookie Betts. I don't know what to expect from him. He's never been in a Home Run Derby before, and also just not the typical guy you see.
Yeah, that's where my head's at, compared to a guy like Pete Alonso, right? Like, I mean, the contrast between those two. But Pete Alonso's funny because he like takes these so seriously.
He
Like
does.
almost like a little too seriously, where he's like doing bench press like before he goes up to the plate. I'm like, I don't know if that translates to hitting the ball over the fence, but hey, whatever works for you, man.
Like, sir, this is a game. Although, like, you do win money, so I guess that's fair. He's just trying to get that bag. But yeah, he's always taking this way too seriously, and I wonder if he'll loosen up a little bit this year.
Yeah, we'll see. And a really important part about the home run derby that a lot of people gloss over is who's pitching to these players. And I was trying to do some research on it, and at the time we're filming, I couldn't find a lot about who's pitching to these players, but the pitcher can make or break the home run derby for the batters. Like, they're pretty important, like where the ball is being located and getting those like balls off in the last like 5 seconds. Like, that can be the difference between advancing and tying and going to like a overtime stage, or not even making it to the next round. So yeah, that pitcher is very important, very key. We've seen guys not getting enough balls to hit in home run derby. So yeah. Was it Bryce Harper one year? I think his dad pitched to him, and I swear he was cheating. He was throwing the ball before the ball landed.
Oh my gosh. Well, I just remember I feel like there was a year where Bryce Harper's dad was pitching to him, and like he probably could have gone with a better pitcher, but at the same time it's like, listen, like, this doesn't count. Like, Bryce Harper has enough money. He doesn't like need to win this. Like, sharing
like,
that
what's
moment
that phone
with
call? Like, sorry, Dad. Sorry. Maybe next year. It's like, all right.
No. So like, I do at least appreciate that. Yeah, it's a cool moment to share with, someone like your dad, because they've been a part of your career since the beginning. But yeah, I do. I'm curious to see, who these dudes all have pitching to them. I'm sure we'll know more.
My favorite of the whole home run derby is going to be Vladdy. I'm going to go with Vladdy. Again, he's been in this before. I think he'll be ready to go. And yeah, that's going to be my winner.
My pick, I'm actually going to go with Adley Rutschman. He's the 8th seed, but I think he's going to do something that surprises us all. I could definitely see that happening.
Hey, if Adley wins, he's around like 18-1. You'll be able to buy like another Taylor Swift ticket. So,
I mean, if I could just make my money back, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Well, it depends what you bought it at, because those prices are actually insane. So.
I literally don't even want to talk about it. Liz is over here like, I don't want to know. Ben, thank you so much for coming on and giving us some great betting advice. I hope you win some money. I hope I win some money. I hope y'all win some money. But thank you so much for joining the show. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun to watch. And let's hope we cash.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Yep.
All right. Go forth and make money. Make it rain. Go make it rain for yourself. We have All-Star Game rosters. Those were announced earlier today. Rob Thompson announced his NL team. That'll be all behind pitcher Zach Gallen. What a time to be a freaking D-backs fan. I'm a little jealous of our PHNX D-backs crew, because they have Zach Gallen pitching and they have Corbin Carroll in the lineup. Like, that's wild. And then Garrett Cole is starting for the AL team led by Dusty Baker. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to the All-Star game. Looking forward to seeing, especially Elias Diaz in the mix. Big stuff. All right, we're going to get into some more baseball headlines that I think you need to know. K-Max is going to love this. She happens to be sitting over here. The Orioles, are really in a good position going into this All-Star break. Before the break, they won 5 straight, 607 winning percentage, best the club has ever had pre-All-Star break since 1997. They're only 2 games back in the AL East. Like, this is just crazy. Absolutely nuts. 3rd best record in Major League Baseball. And then another, what'd you say? Hell yeah. Good for you. Well, I'm over here dying. My team is like 50 games under 500. Hey, Brewers fans have something to be excited about. In the Futures game on Saturday, one of their prospects was throwing absolute heat. Jacob Misiorowski, he threw 11 fastballs in his one inning of appearance in the Futures game. The slowest one he threw was 99.8 miles per hour, throwing absolute heat. He currently plays for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers in the Midwest League. Shout out to the Midwest League. We got to address some of the comments in here because you guys are actually so talkative. I want your home run derby predictions, by the way, if you're watching us live. Michael in the chat, Alonso, that's who he's pushing for. I know Michael's a Mets fan, though, so he's a little biased. Like I said, I think Alonso takes it a little too seriously. Just like a little too seriously. I want him to have a good time. James, Arozarena. I actually think, like, I know when I was talking to Ben, I said, I think my pick is Adley Rutschman. But Arozarena has just had a magical year, especially when he is in the spotlight, like he was in the World Baseball Classic. So I really do feel like his chances are pretty good, are pretty exciting. We have Serious Biz. Sometimes it's never about the money. The best things are free. I don't know what that means. It's always about the money. Get out of here. More cowbell, less money. What are you drinking? Did you get some Palisade Peach? All right. We got to talk about our friends at Shady Rays real fast. Because, okay, I wore my Shady Rays into the building, by the way. I have my new aviator-style sunglasses. I keep leaving them upstairs. I really should bring them down with me. But you can take on the sun with gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered for all of the warm weather ahead with premium polarized shades at an affordable price. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that is just as good as any expensive pair we've worn. So that is not all, though. As you've heard, they have the most insane protection program in all of eyewear. Every single pair is backed by their lost and broken replacements. So if you break a pair or lose a pair, even day one, they will replace it, no questions asked, because they have your back long after you make a purchase. And plus, they're doing incredible work in the nonprofit world. They have nonprofit partners all across the U.S. It's called Shady Rays Impact. They are building play sets for pediatric cancer patients. They are providing young adults with MS with outdoor adventures. So they're really making an impact in a lot of lives in a lot of communities, including a community near you. They're doing it now. They're going to be doing it for years to come. And you got to check out their brand new location, though, the Park Meadows Mall. If you can take a look at the pairs, try them on in person. And you know what? Let's say you buy a pair, you don't love them, they're not vibing, they're not working. You can exchange or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop Shady Rays. Their team always has your back. And here's a deal exclusively for our listeners. Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Go to shadyrays.com and use code DNVR for half off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. So try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by more than 250,000 people. All right, it sounds like we might have Patrick. Okay, so Patrick Lyons will be calling in from the All-Star game, the Home Run Derby. He's at the field. He's at T-Mobile Park. We're going to hear from him really soon. So that'll be very exciting. Are you still, did he disappear?
He's there, but he's walking around. So hang on. It's frozen on his shirt.
Okay, how about this? How about we hear from Nolan Arenado? Because Nolan Arenado and Patrick Lyons caught up earlier today. They talked about the All-Star game and Nolan's many appearances. They talked about how much Nolan really pays attention to what his former teammates are up to. I don't think you'll be happy with the answer, but you know what? Nolan's a very focused dude. It's fine. That's why he's making millions, I guess. No, but let's hear from Nolan Arenado and his conversation with Patrick Lyons from earlier today.
2015 first All-Star game, man. Go back there in your mind, like, what do you remember from that representing the Rockies?
Yeah, that was awesome. Cincinnati, that was great. I went with Tula was there, and I want to say DJ was there too. DJ made it, and I had a great time hanging out in the locker room and seeing those guys. I was pretty shy and a little uncomfortable being surrounded by so many great players. Didn't quite think I belonged there, but it was a special time. And I remember my at-bat, I struck out on 3 pitches against Wade Davis, so that wasn't great, but I had an amazing time. And obviously that's probably the number one I will never forget. That one and the 17 one, because that was the first time I ever got to start. So those 2 are the most memorable for me.
When you played with Wade, did you think about that moment? Did you?
Oh yeah, we talked about it. We talked about it plenty of times. Yeah, he knows he's got my number. So
that's good. What's it like seeing all the young guys now, like the next generation? I mean, still your generation, but
yeah,
the young guys coming up. What's
sure.
that like?
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, when I was their age, I wasn't hitting the ball as hard. I wasn't, as explosive as some of these guys. I mean, the younger generation is just totally different than I've ever seen. I mean, these guys are hitting, 115 bullets and 115 homers, and it's just amazing to watch them, seriously. And it's an honor to be a part of this. But like I said, they're definitely different.
Got to see Jackson Holliday at the Futures game the other day. Do you remember him as a kid being around the ballpark in 2018?
Yeah, I do. I do remember that. And then I went to go train with Matt Holliday in the Stillwater one off season, and Jackson was there working with us. And he's going to be a stud, and he's already doing some things that 18, 19-year-olds should be doing, getting to AA like that, but that's how special he is, man. He's a stud, and I hope he has much success. Have
you been able to keep an eye on Ryan McMahon, what he's been able to do defensively at third base? Obviously the last few years, but even this year as well.
Not really. I really don't really look at that, but I'm not surprised. I mean, Ryan can play anywhere. I mean, he plays third base at elite level, second base, first base when I was there, and so I'm not surprised. I mean, he could do both. He plays well on both sides of the ball, and I hope he has much success.
Is that a little source of pride of like, hey, I might have left, but you know what? He kind of picked things up along the way and keeping the defense really strong at the hot corner in Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I influenced him, but you would have to ask him that. But there's no doubt he's good. I think him being surrounded not just by me, but by DJ, by Story, by guys that took pride in their infield probably helped him out a lot. So I know it wasn't just me; it was all of us.
All right. Honestly, hearing Nolan talk about not keeping track of what Rymack is up to, oh my gosh, it made me so sad. But there are no surprises here. We know what Nolan's like. He's very, very focused. Very focused. We got to talk about Breck Brew and our beer of the month. Is K-Max delivering something to me right now? Is this a... Cheers. Here's a Palisade Peach. We're going to watch the Home Run Derby after this here. Palisade Peach, in theory, Palisade Peach is the Breckenridge Brewery beer of the month here at the DNVR bar. This bad boy will cost you $6 whole. That's a really good deal in this economy. Please. They've got a beer for every occasion, though, and there's no better way to watch a game than having some Breck Brew in your hand. And they've been doing it for a long time, 33 years. It all comes down to their love and passion for making good beer. And they make it with love for the beer. They make it with love for the planet because it's 100% renewable energy that you're going to find at Breckenridge Brewery. Also, make sure you are trying the Avalanche Ale, the Vanilla Porter Jr., the Broncos Country Pale Ale, the Fun Slinger, and my personal favorite, the Good Company Hard Seltzer. You can find a Breck Brew near you with the Breck Brew locator. Go to breckbrew.com, find the locator to find a beer near you. All right, I know we got Patrick on the line now.
Yeah.
We do. Oh, here he is. All right, I see you. Your face is taking up the whole screen. It's giving boomer, but it's fine. Patrick, what is going on? Are you having fun here ahead of the Home Run Derby?
Yeah, guys are out there taking batting practice right now. Elias Diaz is peppering them all around T-Mobile Ballpark. He's getting the fans riled up, giving them some souvenirs. Seems like a lot of people are on the fence as to who could possibly win tonight. I think Adley Rutschman would be a really good story. His father, Randy Rutschman,
Adley Rutschman definitely will be
going to be throwing him batting practice during the Derby. That's pretty cool.
I know. Oh, Patrick, we are having really cool. Definitely some connection issues with you because I keep talking over and now he disappeared. Hopefully we can get Patrick back on the line. Really what I need to know are his picks. No, actually, no. You know what? I don't know if I care if he predicts that anyone's going to win the home run derby. I need to know his thoughts on these draft picks because I know that is so his jam. But yeah, that's a shame that we lost him. But it sounds like a lot of fun stuff is going on. Sounds like they're doing batting practice. They've got some exciting things going on. While we wait to see if we can get Patrick back, I'll get into some miscellaneous news. The Rockies did announce today that infielder Elihuris Montero heading back to AAA after Sunday's game, so he'll be sent back down. Do we know what move corresponds that? No, but the Rockies don't play for like another 5 or 6 days, so we'll find out when we find out. And okay, this is another thing that pertains to the draft. Speaking of draft picks, the Rockies are kind of getting roasted for what their draft room looks like. Because a lot of teams will have a lot of people and a lot of scouts, a lot of front office members. We have a tweet, though, of a screenshot of what the Rockies draft room looked like. Alyssa, are you ready to pull that up? Ooh. Okay, so it's just three dudes. So, yeah, the Rockies are getting absolutely roasted right now. But that being said, I mean, they've kind of they've had some good picks this draft, that's for sure. So it could be worse. But yeah, no one ever likes to see the Rockies getting roasted, but like there are definitely a lot of times when the Rockies deserve to get roasted. We are going to address some more of these comments in here to see if, we can wait a little longer if Patrick comes back or not. But Michael in the chat, Alonso takes it very seriously, which is pure Pete. I love the way he, quote unquote, zens out before each pitch so he can envision the dinger. Visualization, so important in sports. Love that. All right. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get Patrick back. That'll be okay. We'll be okay. I'm curious to see who Pete Alonso has pitching for him because I heard that he had some changes. We're going to keep track of all of this. You know it. We're going to be live tweeting this from the DNVR Rockies account at DNVR_Rockies. You can follow me too. I'll be following the home run derby tonight. You can find me at the Suzie Hunter on Twitter, on Threads, on all the dang platforms. And you know, Alyssa, do you know what we say about me closing out a show?
That you don't know how to do it.
I literally don't know how to do it, but it's fine. I will be back. Patrick will be back. Well, not back. He'll call in, but we'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do the same thing right before the All-Star game, 4 o'clock Mountain Time here on the DNVR Sports YouTube page. See you later.